Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here, and I am back on some Ghost of Tsushima Legends, and today I want to talk about my amazing samurai build. I love this build. When it comes to meleeing and running around, this is my go-to. I think the samurai is probably the best for that. I do like the Ronin, I do like the assassin, but if I'm going to run around meleeing, I normally will choose the samurai. And I have a very particular build I like to use, and the damage I can do with this is kind of insane. Now, when it comes to running around meleeing, absolutely, in my opinion, the best legendary you can use is the MASAMUNE'S Edge. This thing is crazy. Now, it comes with Wind Stance, which isn't my favorite stance, but it is good. There are a lot of spear guys you can deal with, so that's nice. But you want to put Water Stance on it because Water Stance is the best. I'm sorry, that's just the reality of it. So you got to put Water Stance on it. But the legendary effect on this thing is crazy. You have a 20% chance to deal double damage. Now, I'm not exactly sure on how that factors in, because this setup will have a lot of extra damage. So I'm not sure if it takes, like, all my boosted damage and then it doubles that. That's a good question. I'm not sure on that, but sometimes I feel like it might. But overall, it is still a very awesome perk that you can get on this legendary. Now, when it comes to 20%, that's a 1 in 5 chance. And just so happens, Water Stance is amazing, and Water Stance will rapidly attack the enemy. So, it will trigger a lot. You will get that popping up all the time. Now, when it comes to the Samurai, I definitely would say, for the middle perks, try to get melee damage and ultimate damage. Melee damage, of course, will just increase your damage. Ultimate damage, I think, is very important, because you want to do as much damage with your ultimate as possible. You want to one-shot as many enemies as possible, and that is kind of what this build is all about. I will normally start with my ultimate, get an easy 5 kills, then from there, I will do insane damage. So I will talk about that once I get there, but that's kind of like the starting stepping stone, so ultimate damage is very, very important for this setup. Now for my range, I use a longbow, I have versatility on it. Unfortunately, when it comes to the samurai, he kind of gets unlucky. He can't use the blowpipe, he can't use the bombs. He's got to use either a short bow or a long bow. So if that's the case, I just use the longbow. I rarely actually use it, but if I do need to bust it out, I will. So you're going to have to get this on a hunter, and then you need to get versatility on it. Once you've done that, it doesn't matter about the other perks, honestly. I rarely use this thing. I only use it when I need range, or if I just want to help do like a bonus objective or something like that. Now, this is like really, really important. You want to get a samurai charm. The samurai charm, this took me forever to get. It was really, really dumb. I just couldn't get this. But once I did, I was really happy because I knew this was going to be great. Now, there is kind of a problem with this. I will say for the first slot in the middle perks, get melee damage. If you actually look, you can see all the options there. And I think melee damage is your best option for this. Now, when it comes to the second perk, I go for ultimate damage. That's what I would recommend because I think ultimate damage is extremely important. There are some cool question marks there. I don't have them unlocked yet because I haven't rolled for them, but my friends have, and they told me what they are. One is Exploding Blades Radius. I'm not a big fan of Exploding Blades. I would not recommend that. The other one is the Siphon. You can double your Siphon, which that sounds really awesome. Okay, that sounds great. That can probably double your healing, and it would double the damage of it because you're siphoning 2 enemies at once. But if you have to give up ultimate damage for that, I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. So yeah, no, no, no. Now, the other perk you want to get on this, which is stupid important, it is so great, is Rising Tempo. This is insane because successful kills without taking damage will increase the damage that you deal. So that's what the strategy is. You run in, if you have your ultimate, you do your ultimate, you get 5 easy kills, and now when you're running around smacking enemies, you are doing some crazy damage. Now, you need to not get hit, so that's kind of how you want to play it. You want to try to avoid getting hit using your dirt, and things like that can definitely help you out. Even smoke bombs could be good, because once you do your ultimate, you should probably get 5 kills, unless you're in the later waves where you're fighting really strong guys. Normally, you'll get like 5 kills. And yeah, I have like legitly one shot at the archers, like with this perk. It's that crazy. And like the normal enemies, the weaker guys, I can one shot them with this sometimes. It's that crazy after doing your ultimate, getting some kills. It really, really will build up the damage. And by the way, I'm pretty sure this builds up like all the damage, including your ghost weapons. Everything feels like it does more damage with rising tempo. Now, when it comes to my ghost weapons, I'm using actually the same thing on pretty much everyone. The only one I actually use something different, is the assassin. I use a smoke bomb on him. But for like my hunter, my samurai, and my ronin, I use throw dirt and I use cow traps. Like I said, you could use a smoke bomb if you want. Once again, this perk, rising tempo, can increase like your damage dealt across the board. That's also including your assassination damage, I'm pretty sure. So you could probably actually assassinate really good with this setup. So it's up to you on what you want to use, but throw dirt is too good. This is what you want. I have cooldown on kill. That's amazing. I have status effect duration. I definitely like going for that. And then I have fired up to set them on fire. You don't need fire up with this setup. Like with my hunter and my ronin, I really like that. On the samurai, you could probably do weaken if you want. That would be fine if you only are playing the samurai, for example. But to me, I'm just lazy. I don't want to re-roll and try to get different throw dirts on every single body. So I literally just use this one I have on everybody just to make it simple. And same with these cow traps. I really like cow traps a lot. I like to throw them out in a group, and they can actually build up your resolve very quickly. When enemies are running through these, you will get a lot of resolve. So that is something I like about these as well. And once again, it's the same thing. Cooldown on kill, status effect duration, fired up. That's what I like. Now, let's talk about the techniques. This is pretty simple. We have the spirit pool. This is the siphon. If you need health, you use this. Pretty simple. The other option, I'm not a big fan. I feel like it only lasts for like 4 hits. And honestly, when you're playing with random people, you're going to need to be able to heal at times. That's one of the nice things about the samurai, where if you're playing on like other people, if you don't have a ronin in your group, the healing can really be bad. So playing on a samurai is nice because you can always heal yourself at least a little bit. Now, we are going for the melee damage because why not? 10% melee damage. We have a good amount of melee damage on this setup, so this is really nice. Because this is mainly a ultimate build, we are going for 1 extra resolve. This definitely helps out a lot. And then finally, we want to have the 2 extra hits. That way we can get an easy 5 kills. I mean, it can be very, very crazy. Alrighty, so now I'm going to show some gameplay. It's going to be some of the best waves I was able to capture. It was me and one of my friends. We were playing with randoms. He was a hunter. And you're going to see some like crazy damage that I'm going to be able to do, especially in the later waves. I'm actually going to be showing a lot of later waves because when you're playing like gold, the early waves can be very easy. The later waves, the enemies get a lot harder and they're a lot tougher. And you're going to see like even in those later waves, this build is crazy. It will do insane damage. Alrighty, well this is going to be the gameplay, and this is going to be wave 1 here. This is going to be the only like early wave you're going to see. I'm going to show a wave 24, and then I'm going to show like double wave 25 on gold, because those are like the best waves, at least those are the hardest waves like you're going to do with the strongest enemies. Now me and my buddy Zombie, he's down here with me, we're waiting for the spawn. And he just immediately used his exploding arrow. The hunter is great. But, you know, one of the nice things is that exploding arrow will soften up pretty much every enemy. It can just flat out kill most of the enemies because the hunter is overpowered. But if you are playing someone like the samurai, you can easily just start smacking the enemies, just taking them out, like getting kills. And each kill that I get, I'm building up my damage. And then if I do my ultimate like I did there, I just get like some really crazy damage. And whenever the legendary kicks in as well. And I'm not sure on how like the math is done or what's all the factors to it, but there are times where like I can one-shot some of the archers, I can easily two-shot some of the weaker guys. It is crazy. And my ultimate, I've have it where like against the Oni brutes or the Oni spear guys, I have like been able to take them out when they're full health with my ultimate. I'm not sure like what's going on with that because a lot of times it will take 2 hits, but other times it has been 1 hit. So I believe if I do aim for some of the weaker guys, or if I'm on like a good streak where I'm not been hit and I have like a lot of damage built up, I can then like one-shot some of these guys. So it can be very, very crazy. So right here, I'm going to just sneak up on these guys, and that was actually a pretty epic assassination there. And that was wave 24. So now the next two waves you're going to watch is going to be wave 25s. Now, this is a good one because at the start of this wave, I'm pretty much alone here. I think someone will eventually join me, but like right away, I'm just kind of by myself, which is fine because if I have my ultimate to start it, then I can really do some serious damage. And now I'm just going to start working on these brutes, and now someone's going to come over and actually help me out. And there's going to be like one more guy. And my goal right now is really to try to build up another ultimate if possible, because I know that I'm going to go to the next spawn and no one's there right now. It's going to be at camp. I'm going to try to make it there so I can defend that. But having my ultimate is such an important thing. Now, of course, one of the downsides to trying to not get hit, to try to play this style with rising tempo, is such a great perk, but there are things that will just hit you. Like some of these explosions can be just stupid at times. And that's something I believe that will hit me here. I'm going to get hit by some type of explosion at some point. It's very, very difficult to not get hit by that, just because when you're fighting, you're trying to do like good damage, you're probably going to get hit. But it doesn't really matter at this point. And I just did some crazy, crazy damage. So all those guys. And I really, really do love the samurai a lot. I think the samurai is great. Now, I really do like this assassin. This was a random guy, but he was definitely helping me out big time. He's throwing bombs. He's weakening the guys. That's always really nice, like because by him just slightly weakening these Onis, I was able to just finish them off with the ultimate with one hit, basically. That's always really good. And we were able to pretty much just clear that spawn like nothing. It was ridiculous. So now I know that they're going to be coming from stables, so I'm going to try to make it there in time before they'll show up. And I'm going to try to set up. I know that if I can like rush them, and I love cow traps for this. I notice a lot of people don't use cow traps, but this is why I like cow traps so much. I can throw it down and look at this. It's just going to keep them stunned. I'm getting like a ridiculous amount of resolve. And once again, that's my goal. I'm trying to build up my resolve to get my ultimate, knowing that once I have it, I can just pretty much finish off all of these Onis, no problem. And that's exactly what it did. It was absolutely epic. And that's the end of that boss wave. And that's going to be the end of this video. Alrighty guys, well I really do hope that you have enjoyed this video and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like it for me? And be sure to subscribe for future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.